Everybody, this is Vince with Listings to Leads, and today's class is on Facebook advertising. We actually need to update the title of this class because we added Google ads to the platform. So we're going to start the call just briefly talking a little bit about what's happening with our new Google integration. So when you log in, the Facebook application and everything that's been embedded in our platform is part of our system and it's part of every account. But Google, it is an add-on that you can add, and I'll show you where you can access that. But let's kind of go into this account. We'll look at it real quickly. So over here on the ad section, this is really where the new stuff is, and it's where our Facebook information is as well. So we're going to pause on these. So when you come here the first time, it's going to offer, for you to connect to Facebook and to connect to Google. And just so you know, once you've done that, you're going to connect to your personal page. And the second page, once you say, yes, it's me, my name, it's then going to tell you what business page do you want. And so with that business page, which is probably going to be your real estate business page, you'll be able to run ads via that account, right? So you'll be able to run listing ads, landing page ads, and PDF guide ads, right? So we'll go through those in a little bit in detail. But on the Google side, you'll also be asked to connect to your Google account. And I think many realtors have never run ads on Google. I mean, quite a lot have not run ads on Facebook, but on Google, it's even fewer. And which is a bit of a shame because Google is the number one website in the country, right? So if somebody has a question, they go to Google first. If I am thinking I need to find a realtor, I don't go to Facebook. I go to Facebook to see what my friends are eating and what's going on, in my community and where my friends are going on vacation and all those kinds of fun things, right? That's, the difference from Facebook is on average, American adults spend 40 minutes a day on Facebook, just looking at stuff. They look at it 5 times a day on their phone or on their desktop, at work or at home, waiting in line at Starbucks, where they don't go to Google to look for that kind of thing, right? But when they want to know something, they usually go to Google. And one of the fastest trending searches right now on Google are these words: how to sell my home, right? And when you do a search like this, you can target by zip code and you can target by a few certain things. Maybe not zip code, but certainly city. But if you're paying for an ad, you're going to show up right here, right? And you'll see some of the big people like realtor.com and Open Door are there. You can see that, there aren't many people that are real estate agents here. And that's really the point of creating an ad for either a listing or a landing page ad. So let's kind of walk through that. So if we know that a big trending search is, how to sell my home, you might want to create a landing page ad to offer a free home value, right? And so on the landing page section, you can create home valuation landing pages for all of your areas, right? For every one of your farm markets. And frankly, you should, if you want listings there. Okay. Now there are a lot of ways to get listings. We do have a class on top ways to get listings. And soon this is going to be part of that class. This is a very important way of getting listings is running home value ads on Google. So it's simple as it is. All you got to do is type in the name of the town that you're trying to target. You have a corresponding landing page that you create inside your website or on your landing page section and listings to leads. And if you want, you can see here where it says view link, you can actually see the landing page that you created. So what's going to happen is this is going to pop up and this will be showing up on a search and it's going to be in this location, which is Granite Bay. And there's also a little bit more in detail in advanced options. And we'll kind of get into this. The keywords here are big. That's the big deal, right? This kind of ad is looking for for keywords that people are searching and then offering up the ad, right? So just a little bit about Google ads. They are similar to Facebook. It's kind of a bid. It's like an auctioned price, right? So in this case, we're putting a $5 daily budget. If this starts to work for you, great. I actually think you're going to want to have a bigger budget when it comes to getting home value leads. You just want to make sure you know how the system is working first. And as an aside, there is an article here that I really recommend that you all look at. It's by the close. And if you look for the close in the keywords, real estate keywords, it's actually written in summer of this year, 2022. And it talks about the biggest and most important real estate keywords, right? It teaches you a little bit about short tail and long tail. Um, and basically, if you are going to be thinking of running ads, you should be thinking about running ads on Google for sure. And you should probably get familiar with what keywords really are and know that inside listings to leads, you can update your keyword. You can change them if you want. We run a lot of ads here for the company, and we have ad specialists that um, focus heavily on this. So we're looking at the top terms and we're adjusting these to make sure that these can work for you very simply so that you can just choose your landing page, choose your location and publish. But I do think you want to learn a little bit about this because Google should be part of any company's long-term strategy. Google advertising is just a big deal. So before we get into the Facebook side of things, I want to kind of make sure you guys all know if you're a client, get in our mastermind group. You can go to your support page inside listings to leads down at the bottom and just tell them, hey, please add me to the mastermind group. And you will see here that just recently, like I think 2 days ago, somebody just said, hey, I got my first Google ad, 20 clicks at about $20. And that's kind of an interesting point that I want to talk a little bit more about Google. We have, from our understanding, we are seeing about at leads cost about $1 to $2, but we've got other clients that are saying they're getting at 25 cents. Now, this guy, Jason, he's got 50 campaigns going, right? That's a lot of ads. That's a lot of ads going on in 2 different markets. So probably his cost per lead is going down, right? But for normal, we've seen, 50-cent leads and dollar leads and even $2 leads coming from Google. In general, generally speaking, Google leads cost more than Facebook leads. Okay. But there's also a discussion, and it's worth noting that Google leads tend to be higher value. Okay. Meaning they convert faster. Now, I speak to a lot of realtors. I set up all the team accounts and the brokerage accounts. So I talk to a lot of people who have been using Google for a long time. They're very excited to use our system because they know we're going to make it easier for them. And what I have heard is one of the teams I was speaking with a couple of weeks ago said they convert 1 out of every 70 Facebook leads. Okay. So if they collect 70, they're going to convert 1. But when they convert Google leads, they convert 1 out of 40. So while you might be spending a few pennies more, a few cents more on Google leads, you might find that they convert a lot easier. And that's just because the way I described it, right here, I'm coming to Google. I have something on my mind. I'm going to ask a question and your ad is going to get me in front, get you in front of them to answer that question as a solution. Right. Whereas on Facebook, people are on Facebook because they just like to, kind of go through this, right? I can see where my friends are going on vacation and see the grandkids and all the hard stuff. This is the normal stuff. And this is what people do for 40 minutes a day in the United States, right? They don't do it 40 minutes all the time. They come back and forth, right? So you can see what's going on. And that's really the difference is that Facebook ads show up right on this feed, right? And and so your ad might be offering a home value here, where it might be saying, hey, I've got an open house. That's what's happening here. And that's why the Facebook leads do work, but the Google leads, you're really answering somebody's question. So let's get into the Facebook side of things. And before I get into that, I did show you that we have a mastermind group, and I want to make sure you're leaning on that. I also want to point out that we have our own YouTube channel. And if you go look for listings to leads on YouTube, you're going to see a lot of classes here. And this class here will be on the, on here probably tomorrow. And you'll see a lot of things here going on that you want to talk about. There's 3 classes that I do. One, which is Facebook ads right here, which is the class we're doing today. Get started, and also top tools to get more listings. And I would always kind of jump back on this page and check out the first few minutes of any of these classes, because whenever we're adding new technology, it's the first thing I talk about. Scott's also doing a series of classes on how to make $250,000 in real estate, which is really a high level discussion of all marketing and what you should do to be taking advantage. And where listings to leads fits in to all the things that you should be doing in marketing. So let's talk about Facebook. I do want to remind you, I said at the beginning, you're going to connect your Facebook ad manager to your profile. That will be the first thing. So it won't look like this. It'll just have a couple buttons saying connect to Facebook and connect to Google. Once you've done that, you can create a listing ad, a landing page ad, and a PDF guide ad. Okay. So if I click listing ad, it's going to give me the options to create an ad for any of my properties that are in my account. You can even borrow listings, right? You can borrow listings, maybe somebody in your office or a colleague, and pull it in here, and you would be able to run an ad. Now, this one you might be able to see is sold. And I'm going to use lead ads. And I definitely recommend you do that if you like leads with phone numbers. Okay. Because when you use lead ads, the name, email address, and phone number from the person's profile is auto-populated into the lead. So if you like phone numbers, and if you like converting leads with phone numbers convert faster, then you want to lead on lead ads. Okay. Now here it's saying this is sold, and this is going to get your home value. Okay. So if I publish this, it's pretty easy to publish. I can just boom, hit this, and it's going to say that home is sold. That affected your home value. Click here to get your free home value. And this ad, as we see it just here, will be sponsored by your business page. Will show up right here, on this kind of page, right? As we're scrolling through the news feed, you're going to see all kinds of stuff like that, right? And you're going to see an ad just right there. So that's what we're doing. That's how Facebook ads work. And they work really well because people are looking at that stuff all day. Now, also on the listing side, you can create ads for homes that are for sale, right? This one here is for sale. I'll do this one here on that and create a listing. So when a home is early stage, like just listed, coming soon, for sale, or just plain active, we're looking for buyers, right? That's what we're trying to achieve here. When a home is pending, under contract, active, contingent, or sold, or any later stage, well, now we're looking for seller leads. Okay. Now, when we do buyer leads, which this home is for sale, we put a budget of $35 for 7 days. So that's like $5 a day. You can't spend anything more than that. And you can adjust it. You might want to add more, especially if you have a really nice home, and you want a lot of people to see it. You might want to expand this area, to let more people in a wider radius see it, especially if people are moving from one area to another, right? If you're like in a suburban community and you've got a home for sale, but that people in the big city near you might want to check this out, you want to expand that radius. You can also you can do this. So this is in Sarasota, but I actually know that there are people that are just getting tired of Tampa and like to move to Sarasota. So you can put in multiple cities. Another thing that's a lot of people like to do is they like to target completely different states, right? I've got clients in Southern Florida that love to market up into New York and Chicago because it's freezing in the winter. Let's show we've got a nice, waterfront condo for sale. You can do that sort of thing with Facebook, right? If you want to market, you got a home for sale in Texas and you think people in California would like that. Well, you can just type in, the name of a city and put in a radius and it's going to go there as well. So it's really good for targeting when you're looking into different areas. And so again, on the listing side, you can market early stage or later stage. Now on the landing page side, you can create unlimited landing pages, right? Property valuation plus is what we call our home value landing pages. You can also create custom buyer landing pages and custom seller landing pages, and you can give them free reports if you've got reports handy that you want to kind of create. But I do want to kind of point out, let's just do this one here, freedom, and click create an ad. This is a kind of an important ad that people like to run, that realtors like to run. And it's really tricky because this is not very effective for a lot of people. Okay. And that's because you can't target. Notice this says Granite Bay, right? And if I type in Granite Bay here, well, I could push that, right? The problem is I don't know if you know where Granite Bay is, but it's north of Sacramento and it's a little spot, right? It's a little place. Let's go look at it on a map real quick. I think that's maybe from north to south, like 7 miles, right? It maybe not, yeah, maybe that big, but east to west, it's probably like 3 or 4 miles. But a 15-mile radius means a lot of people in a lot of different towns are going to see this ad. And so this ad is not going to be very effective. I think the number one biggest challenge going on with Facebook is you can't tighten that radius. And so that becomes a bit of a problem. Now, I did mention earlier our YouTube channel. If you go down a couple months ago, there are a few classes where I talk about a new strategy to get listings right here. 3 months ago now, new strategy to get high quality listings from Facebook ads and the best way to get listings from Facebook. And in both of these classes here, I'm talking about the same thing, which is there is a way to create a custom audience, upload it to your Facebook account through our platform and target those people. So if you are interested in running these kinds of ads on Facebook, you might want to look at those two classes on our YouTube thing. So that's landing page. Now, I will say this, you can create unlimited landing pages right here on the landing page section. And once you've done it, so if you come to landing pages, it says create landing page, and you'll see we've got landing page for iBuyers, for FSBOs, for expireds, custom buyer and seller landing pages. Property valuation plus I mentioned is our new, that's our home value landing page. You can even create an empty nester plus, which means it's an empty nester landing page offering a free home value. So if you're targeting those kinds of folks, you can do that. And it's good to mix up your ads because you don't want to do the same kind of ad over and over, but all your landing pages live here. And then when you go back to the ad section, you can run ads on those pages as soon as you create it. The other thing that you can do in landing pages is create a PDF guide. And now you may not know this, but we've created 80 PDF guides, half of them for buyers and half of them for sellers. So in this case, you don't even need, a listing to use this, but and you'll notice it on the top of these, you can download it up here. You'll notice that you are branded on every page of these, right? Now, also over here, I think it says themes. This is where it's going to choose your color. So if you're looking at my theme, I just want to let you know, it will go off of your profile. So if you're from a different company with different branding and colors, those will flow through here. But once you've got that all set, you can click create an ad. And here, all you need to do is, let's see here, we want to do lead ads. Interesting. know why that's doing that. You type in the name of a town, right? Let's say Granite Bay again. And, we want to get this out because right now there are dangers of overpricing, right? You want to sell a home, you want to sell it quickly. Do you want to sell it in 30 days or do you want to sell it in 90 days? Probably pricing is a big deal, right? Right. So you publish this. When people see this, they're going to be offered the ability to download it, but they're going to give you their name, email, and phone number first before they can download it. And those are all pre-populated from their Facebook profile. So these are really good tools to use to capture leads. Now, I do want to kind of back up and give you a little more information. Now, now with Facebook, you can create listing ads, landing page ads, or PDF guidance. Over here on Google, you can do a listing ad and a landing page ad. We just launched the Google site, so we'll be adding PDF guides soon. But I want to tell you a little bit about the cost of leads. Okay. And now that you've seen the kinds of ads that you can run Facebook, let's really focus right now on seller leads. All right. And so if you run a listing ad on a later stage home, like sold, we have seen leads often cost around $5.50 to $6 a lead. Okay. So you got a $50 ad and each lead costs $5. You might expect 10 leads, right? If you run a PDF guide ad for homeowners, right? Meaning you're going to get listing leads. Facebook kind of charges those leads at $10 a lead. So if you got a $50 ad and it costs $10, you're going to expect about 5 leads. Okay. Now landing page ads, which is what I was showing you earlier, which is, what is your home worth? Those Facebook knows are the most valuable to realtors. So they often charge between $12 and $15 a lead. And so again, if you're leaving your ad budget of $50, now you might just expect about 3 leads, right? But I'm going to show you something here. This came in this summer and it definitely makes sense to me. Here's a home that's pending. And so you can actually market your homes as pending or under contract. And the funny thing about this is Facebook doesn't quite know how to price that because they don't see a lot of realtors doing that. And we had a realtors come in this summer and say, we're marketing homes as under contract and getting home value leads of name, email, and phone number for $2.38 a lead. That obviously is the cheapest homeowner lead you're going to find. That's all the cheapest we've seen in the system. So that's worth testing out as well. If you want to develop a database of homeowners and you want to do it inexpensively and have your dollar stretch, maybe running something under contract or pending is going to get you lower price leads. So on the ad section, there are 3 different ways of capturing either buyers or sellers. But I just sort of explained to you that there is a different cost based on the kind of ad you're running. Now on Google, I don't have enough information, especially on the sell side, to tell you what leads it cost. But if you're in our mastermind group and you're running ads, definitely let us know. We'd appreciate it. We'll definitely want to share that information. And like I said, we are going to be adding PDF guide ads. And that's going to be useful for Google as well. And then last thing, which I haven't mentioned, it's this blue button here that says create audience. So when you come and you connect your Facebook account here, you're going to see a yellow box. This is a light green box right here talking about it's synced, but you'll also see a yellow box and it will say, accept the custom audience terms. So click there through that. It'll take you to this long, weird looking page on Facebook, but at the top, it'll say accept and then accept that. And then come back here and refresh it. And it'll say turn on retargeting. These are 2 really important things. When you turn on create custom audience retargeting, it tells us at listings to leads to create a file in your personal Facebook account and connect it to your business page and take every lead that you capture from us, which we will always email to you and also store on the leads tab, and create a custom audience called L2L buyer and seller. right? That's what it's going to be called. And so when you create an ad on Facebook and you say, you know what, I really want to do a PDF guide ad on divorce and real estate. And I'm going to use lead ads because I want name, email, and phone number. And I'm going to drive it in whatever area I want, right? But I want to retarget my current leads, right? So if you have a custom audience, you can then hit those people that are on that list. This is smart for converting leads, right? If you got to have a lot of drip campaign, you want to reach out to them, you want to text these people, but also you want to run ads in front of them so that if they're on Facebook, they're going to see that, oh, you know what, you're a resource in home pricing, in divorce and real estate, in probate, or all the other topics that we're talking about. Of all the reports, you will be recognized really as a real estate resource. And that's probably the most important thing to you long term for your business. So everybody, that's kind of the story where we are with ads with Facebook and with Google. I recommend that you are using both. Facebook is an awesome place to develop a brand. This is where a lot of people are still. And you can develop your brand there because every ad that you run is seen by 1,000 to 3,000 people, and you're collecting leads at the same time. Google is where everybody is. So you definitely want to be, have that as part of your long-term business strategy, because it's important, right? How to sell my own is a big deal, right? Even if it's like, how do I sell my own home, right? For people who are thinking they want to do this without, you could end up here and you could be providing a FSBO landing page that we've created for you, which would basically offer them some helpful tools. So you could be running ads to reach out to all of those concepts that are happening in real estate. So thanks for joining me today. This class is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel later today or tomorrow. And don't forget to go to our support page down here in your account and ask them to add you to the mastermind. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.